Yo, this is DNA Mac 300. I'm here with episode 159 of True to Size. I'm a Midwestern boy here to show you guys what's up, and also the fourth coolest person on this podcast. So enjoy.
We're all tied for fourth coolest. So.
Yeah.
It's all good. What's going on, everyone, and welcome to True to Size. I feel like the guests are really showing me up with their intros lately. We're going to have to do something about that. What's going on, everyone, and welcome to True to Size. We are a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and I'm joined by the rest of the quarantine at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
Yo.
Mr. Alvin Martinez.
What up?
And
Bars.
Here we go.
Outfits more on point than the top of Mount Everest. With a resume so long, you would think this guy never rests.
Oh,
never rest.
Showed up to the pod looking sharp as a tack. It's his first time here, but it'll always be Return of the Mac.
Oh,
okay.
Mac, thank you for doing this, man. We appreciate it.
Man, I didn't know we were having a freestyle cipher. I don't know how to rip it down my
I wish I was good enough to have freestyled that, but that's been written down for 4 years, just waiting for somebody. Waiting for somebody named Mac to come on the podcast. So for everybody listening, Mac, you want to let them know where you're from so we have some background here?
Yes, sir. I am an addict just like the rest of you guys. I feel like I should do it like I do in AA. You know, my name is Mac, and I'm a sneakerholic. But you guys know that I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, middle of the map, down in the States. Been collecting for quite a while. You know, refinancing my house, my car, driving a shit car so that I can have a collection that's worth 10 times more than it.
Hell yeah.
Struggling with that just like the next guy.
Wait, so you mean when the Nike VP stepped down and everyone just didn't start getting everything on sneakers? It wasn't just immediate that now everyone gets things on sneakers automatically?
I mean, that's the impression that I was under. I saw the pictures of that kid in his backyard.
Yeah.
I thought he at least had enough pairs for me to get one. But nah, I was 0 for 4 this morning, 0 for 3.
Crazy how that works, huh? We thought that all those pairs were just going to end up in everyone's hands. And look at that. Everyone still sucks at sneakers. But anyways, we've got a great show for you guys this week. We're starting with an A to ZX fire round question. And then we have some updates on the Nike VP scandal news. Speak of the devil. After that, we're going to discuss talking animals and clear shoes. Before we get right down to it with our dude Mac, he's going to play 21 Guestions, give us his Solography, then tell us all about what it's like running a sneaker resale shop, the sneaker scene in St. Louis, podcasting, and close it all out with a little chat on mental health and addiction. But first, Alvin.
Fire round.
Woo, indeed. It's going to be a busy episode. Yes, the fire round. We like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners. And this week's question comes from good friend of the show, former guest, Sneaker Life husband.
Aaron.
That's right. Good friend of the show. And he says, hey guys, glad to have you guys back last week. Been a tough 2 weekends without listening to you fellows. Fire round question for you. The A to ZX series is wrapping up now. I just wanted to know if you guys had a chance to pick a letter in the series, what letter would it be, and what type of collab or theme would you do? So this one's interesting. So you have the entire alphabet, A to Z, and you can pick any store, any theme. So you can pick silhouette, and you can also pick collaborator. So while you think, he says, personally, his would be the ZX 9000, and I would have to pick the letter P for Pata. Big choice. Says, I just think they would do a really aesthetically pleasing color blocking on the 9000. Talk to you guys soon. So, literally, you have anything to choose from. We're going to start with Alvin, the king of A to ZX right now. We got to know. Alvin, you have the chance to enlist anybody. A to Z X.
That's easy, bro.
Easy. Let's go.
That's not easy. They already did Atmos, so I'm not gonna pick Atmos. I'm gonna go letter D for DNA in St. Louis.
Ooh.
Oh,
And,
what a
I want-
suck up.
I want my boy Mac to design it in his favorite spring colors because I'm looking for like a ZX 8000 pastel ZX 8000 in Mac's like DNA style.
Oh my
Nice.
god,
Boom.
what a
Easy.
suck up. And I feel like you
I got some anecdotal stories for that later. That was good. That was a good setup.
you definitely just stole his answer too, but we're not going to talk about that.
I know.
Now he has to say something else. But anyways, Joel, what about you? Any letter A to Z X? Which
Oh, man,
which
I was
silhouette
gonna-
and which store or place or whatever?
I was gonna do that too, but let's do like some homegrown kind of joint and do like the letter L, and we'll go like we were just talking about it earlier, but Legends League.
Mm.
Ooh, let's
Get
go.
Brian to design let's do like a 10,000
Yeah,
like a
great shoe.
Adidas 10,000 give him like a little bit lot more room to work with and stuff like that. So
Ooh, put
That'd
his
be pretty
script on the midsole.
Yeah.
all that script, all those
Ooh.
like drawings and stuff like that. That'd be pretty dope, man.
Damn. All right, you guys have some good ass answers, and I feel like you left the door open for me. This was obviously a test, and the correct answer is a Canada Got Soul ZX 8000.
I
I
had
don't
to
know
leave
what,
it to you,
I
bro.
don't even know what we're even doing here. We're gonna do mostly red on the 8000, mostly red upper, red stripes, white accents, mostly red shoe, and as an homage to Capsule, we'll do the maple syrup gum bottom.
Hey.
And yeah, man, I think that knocked it out of the park. Like a nice red suede, supple suede with some leather hits, some 3M hits, and of course our logo on the heel counter. Boom, done. Cut the check, Adidas. Let's go. A to ZX in 2025. The C is for CGS. All right, Mac.
Let's go.
Any letter. Which place are you collaborating with, and what does the shoe look like?
And this is Adidas, right?
Got to be Adidas. I know you're sitting in front of several thousand pairs of Nike shoes, but
I'm going. I got. This is easy for me. I'm going Adidas Pro Mod. Well, hold on. Letter F, and I'm pulling him. I'm pulling him off of all Nike and pulling him off of all Jordan. And since he's a free agent right now, I know he would do it. I'm taking Frank Cooker.
ooh,
Having him design an Adidas Pro Model.
oh, yeah, okay.
Pro Model, because when I was in high school, superstars had jumped back. I wanted to be a b-boy. I think I ripped the top of my head off trying to do a head spin on carpet at one point in time. But the Pro Model to me was like this almost unattainable superstar, superstar on steroids. What better than a high top superstar? And Frank Cooker is just a guy that he's a Brian Esteritu for me, right?
Yep.
He's an emotional legend too. He's always inspiring, and he's a guy that has absolute integrity. Now, what does it look like? Man, I don't care if Frank Cooker does it. He's like an Laley made it. If Frank Cooker does it, I'm 99% sure I'm going to be in love with it.
Great.
But I think in the to the tune of that C on there, I would for once like to see Frank Cooker do something that had Frank Cooker on it.
Yeah, that's
so maybe,
him. Yeah.
Maybe we see an FC on that. Maybe we see an FC on that back. On that outer right heel in calligraphy, or in an old school varsity, or maybe even a mini chenille. Like a mini chenille, like an FC, like off of varsity Letterman. Something that is all encompassing. All encompassing, all inclusive. Everybody recognizes it. And everybody loves it for a different reason. As far as color palette goes, though, I think it has to be a run. I think there has to be a friends and family pair, and then there's a red, white, yellow, or a red, blue, a yellow, a green. Don't overcomplicate it, but make it special. But I think that Frank would do that justice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Frank needs more love. Like, I think that the people in the community know who Frank Cooker is. Like, if you've been doing this for long enough, you have an idea of what Frank Cooker has done. But like you said, he doesn't have the shine of having a Frank Cooker collaboration. Like, he doesn't have like you said, Laley May, she has her silhouettes and her collaborations. Like, you have all these other.
He just went public on Instagram.
Yeah,
funny enough.
that's true.
He opened up he opened up the floodgates and went from like 20,000 followers in a private account to like 70,000 in a day. Right after I fucking tagged him enough times to get him to let me follow him, he finally like was like, "Well, this was probably that bad, but maybe I should let everybody."
If we let this bum in, we gotta let everybody in.
I tell anybody they can't come in now, we're gonna let him in. So.
Yeah. It's like when the club is about to close in like 10 minutes and they just want to get the cover from everybody. Let the rest of the line in. Let's clear out the bar and then kick them out 20 minutes later.
Exactly.
All right. Aaron, great question. Thank you for that mini discussion. If you would like to submit a question for the fire round and have us answer it on the pod, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us at canadagotsoul@gmail.com. Next up is the CGS Picks. Each week, we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if it's poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Alvin's trademarked phrase,
super duper cute.
Super duper cute. I was hoping for the mid set. What did we decide if it's Midwestern? The accent there, whatever. It's fine. I'm sure they say super duper cute in St. Louis, so we'll let it slide. But I'm gonna go first because that's what.
Super duper cute.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Super duper.
That is super duper cute, dirty. There you go.
Beauty. That's what we needed. So I'm going to go first because that's what we do. In my pick this week, I actually didn't even realize it until I started reading the article after I had already sent my pick to the group chat. But it is a women's shoe, and it's the classic Nike Dunk High in the white and orange, a.k.a. the Syracuse colorway. So this shoe last came out in 2016. Obviously, it hit outlets. They were going for like $69.99, and I just slept on them too much. That 2016 pair had insane quality. That's when they did the whole Be True to Your School like rerun, and it was amazing. And they brought it back now. Well, they brought it back last year in the low top, and everyone knows how that went. Oh, there you go. Sorry, Mac had to pull one out just to show me that I'm an idiot. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't get shown that enough during the week. I need that also during the podcast. But so yeah, they came out last year in the low cut version, and that was kind of the beginning of the whole dunk resurgence, and now they're back with the high cut, but just for ladies. So I can't really say anything you don't know about it. The only thing that's kind of strange to me is the laces. They put those really dainty, like quote unquote female shoe laces on them, and I'm not sure why they did that. Like, I don't know anybody who prefers the really thin laces. I don't know why on female shoes sometimes they'll do that. Like, are thin laces more feminine? I just think they look stupid. But yeah, man. So they actually dropped today, Wednesday, March 10th. So you probably missed out. Even if you knew when they were coming out, you would have missed out anyways. But yeah, man, cool shoe. Glad they brought it back. Hopefully we get a men's release sometime soon. But these went up to a women's size 14. So I doubt we'll actually get a men's release because that's them saying, guys, you can take this one too. So yeah, they're super cute. I just don't like the laces on them. I really don't know why they did that. But yeah, whatever. Speaking of orange, let's go down to the guy wearing the safety orange beanie there. Joel, what's your pick?
Okay, so my pick is the Nike Air Max Air Max Plus. The Plus?
Yeah, the Plus.
Yeah. Sorry, it was loading so slow. But yeah, the Air Max Plus in the white and sport red colorway. It's like a homage to the OG Reds that we were just talking about earlier on Stacks to the Max. But yeah, it's the white mesh upper with that light gray cage on the Air Max Plus. It's got the red, the sport red, like around the toe box that comes all the way down to like the heel counter and stuff like that. The airbags are in red as well. Super clean shoe. They did the OG Reds justice with the whites and the light grays,
definitely, and
the red swoosh. So really clean, super clean shoe. Yeah, but these are bangers, man. These drop. There's no release date, but it's most likely, sometime this month. But yeah, super, super cute for me.
Like you said, I think they really did the Air Max one, like the original Justice. It's a good homage for sure. I like it.
For real.
Well done to Nike Sportswear.
Mm-hmm.
Alvin, what do you got for us?
I got the Nike Air Max 95 cork from the plant-based pack. So it features an upper of canvas and cork, and my favorite part of the sneaker is the tongue. It's got an embroidery of like a seed growing into a plant, and there's also a mini swoosh on there that's pretty dope on the tongue. And it's dope that they're using, you know, earth-friendly, green-friendly materials.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they incorporated the cork, and it's a navy shoe predominantly, and you don't really see a lot of navy Air Maxes. I'm a fan of the shoe. I'm a fan of what Nike's doing, using, you know, the green-based products and making the earth better. No release date, says 2021. Price point is probably going to be, what's the price point on 95s right now? $235?
$225?
Or in Mac's case, it's like $150. Like,
yeah.
For real, man.
I wasn't gonna make the joke, but I thought about it.
Crazy, man.
Apparently, it cost them $70 to ship it 40 kilometers north, but whatever.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are super cute. If I see them in person, if they sit on shelves, maybe a cop. But yeah, they're definitely a dope shoe, though.
Damn, Air Max friendly. I didn't get the memo. All right, Mac, what do you got? Round us out.
I'm having trouble. I want to keep with the Air Max theme. I don't particularly care for this shoe at all, but I have a lot of really positive memories tied to it, because it was one of those kind of it was one of those iconic collector's pairs, you know, in the original Air Max craze. But that Air Max 90 Bacon, I was struggling between that, and I typically am not very high on PEs becoming GRs. I don't really care. I don't like it. Doesn't make it better or worse for me if there's a college team on it. I personally, I get why guys like it. I'm not that Midnight Navy Jordan 3.
Oh yeah,
that's like
Georgetown. Yeah.
I've always been a sucker for that navy and gray. Like I said, I love a good navy shoe because it allows you to wear color, but still basically have that feel of a black shoe. So I was struggling between those two, but I think that it's cool for Air Max month that Nike is bringing back another kind of like, the Bacon isn't a collab, right? But it's it was something. There was a point in time in the early 2000s and through 2010, 2013 where those special pairs we treated the way that we kind of treat collabs now. Mm-hmm. So I think it's cool to see him come back, and I think it'll make a lot of guys happy to have the ability, especially like older. You know, I'm almost 35, so you know, guys my age and up. I think it'll be cool to see some of these guys get to go back and grab that.
Yep.
Yeah, great. Like you said, I don't have the same attachment that a lot of people do, but happy to see it come back. Mostly happy to see it come back because I think this shoe has been rumored to be releasing for like feels like 700 years. Like it's every 2 months, it's like Bacons are coming. I'm telling you, Bacons are coming back, and everyone's like, okay, we'll see you soon. And now we finally actually have photos of it, so I believe it now. But yeah, I'm just happy it's coming back, so we don't have to keep every single year on the podcast talking about there's a rumor that Bacons are coming back. Like now we can get rid of that rumor, and it's finally happening. And also, I'm happy for everybody who wants a pair, but that's secondary to my personal preferences. All right. Well, now I feel like really, really dumb because I didn't pick an Air Max, but whatever. Next up, This Week in Kicks. This is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers. And there was a really interesting note in an internal Nike meeting that happened this week, and it's is Nike actually going to start battling the bots? So here's what happened in the obviously in the wake of the scandal involving the former Nike VP and her reseller dickhead son. An internal meeting was held this week at Nike headquarters to discuss, among other things, the brand's image and the faith Nike's consumers have in them. So they essentially think that, unsurprisingly, as we've discussed, The faith that people have in Nike and their legitimacy and the whole sneaker system is not at the highest it's been. If you bought stock in your faith in Nike, it's probably tanked right now. So Nike CEO John Donahoe, which is still not a great name, addressed the loss of trust people feel following the news of potential insider trading. We haven't been able to prove that yet, between the VP and her son, and noted that, and we quote, "The fact of the matter is this incident has sparked questions in some of our consumers about whether they can trust us, particularly around launch product." No kidding, John. So he then continues to say that Nike will be performing an intensive internal audit of their launch process in order to reestablish confidence in their consumers. And he finishes with another quote saying, "They've been working on anti-bot technology for the last several years. That is part of the solution, but we need to double down on our efforts." Do you guys think they're actually working on anti-bot technology? Like, I personally, I'll start it off. I think that they're just trying to, it's a PR move, obviously. Like, there's a reason that this internal meeting is very public. Everyone knows what happened. It's because they wanted people to know what they were talking about. If it doesn't take a $1 billion company that long to find a way to stop people who are in their basement making add to cart bots. Like, come on. It's literally money versus no money, and you're saying you can't figure it out. Like, there's got to be a way. Like, Union was able to figure it out, and they've had one big sneaker release in the past 5 years. They literally stopped all the bots with just putting orange as a question you had to answer, and no bots got anything on that release. So I personally don't think that they're actually doing anything. Sounds like a lot of fluff, but I don't know. Alvin, what do you think? Is this fluff? Do they actually care? What's going on?
It's fluff, man.
Fluff.
That company could have done it years ago.
Working on it for several years.
Still nothing. So, it's not going to stop anyone from buying their shit. Everyone's going to think their stuff's still dope. So they're just saying it just to say it and to give us false hope on Sneakers app. And that's it.
Basically. Joel, you're in the same boat there? You're just nodding and agreeing?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's just the cover up, because, you know, the whole thing about the dummy, like, you know what I mean, going reselling and stuff like that. It's goes hand in hand, like, you know, it's bots and a reseller. Like, come on, man. It's just a cover up. Like you said, they could have done it. Union did it, and it's like they could have done it so easily. So it's just a way of saying, hey guys, relax, we're on it, we're working on it. You could trust us, you know what I mean? So it's like, nah, man.
Typically, anybody who says you can trust me, you can't trust them. That's like a rule number one.
It's not happening.
Mac, what do you think? As somebody who can actually use the Sneakers app, because we cannot, where's your trust level at with Nike right now? And do you think they're actually going to stop all these bots from buying all our shoes?
No, I think first and foremost, I'm the first to admit that because my relationship with the culture currently is so much centered around fashion, and I can comfortably say it's not around clout or hype, being an older, crankier sneakerhead. That Alvin's right. I want dope shit. I want dope shit that looks dope, and I'm gonna keep buying it. I don't have any my expectations for them is so low for so long. I don't really care. But I will say this. You know, Elon Musk lost like $40 billion in a day when that spaceship crashed or blew up 3 minutes after it landed. Right? Mm-hmm. Now he didn't lose $40 billion because because the stock, because the corporations don't have faith that he's going to get it right. We know he's going to get it right, but it shook a bunch of regular people, so they pulled money. So it's only really about the stock for Nike. And the people that are nervous and need Nike to make that statement aren't really us. We don't really give a fuck. No. They need to make that gesture to us so that the people that have stock in Nike, so that the big guys that have stock in Nike go, oh, they're doing something about it. Cool. We're not going to pull out. It's only about, them being a public company, right? It's only about stock, really. They're feigning the gesture to us, but really the gesture is to stockholders. But really the gesture is to say, hey, no. These people are still going to buy our shoes. But like, if those stockholders knew anything about sneaker culture, they wouldn't fucking budge either because they know,
yeah,
that we're suckers and that we just want more feet on our feet. You know what I mean? Like they know, like at the end of the day, like we're so used to having our heart broken and rearranging our funds to buy what we need, and that, like, yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's a completely empty gesture, and that it really only has to do with big business. You know,
I saw this reminded me the whole Nike. Where we've been working on anti-bot technology for years. I saw a news article not a news article, it was on 6Buzz, but they're technically news. And it was the former CEO of Papa John's. He was fired because he was using racial slurs often. And apparently he's been working for a year now trying to get it out of his vocabulary. He's trying.
Oh my God.
I don't know what that even means. He was quoted as saying, "I'm trying my best to remove it from my vocabulary." A year removed from when he was fired for using racial slurs. He's still trying.
What else did he say? He said he made some joke about he's so depressed he ate 40 pies in 50 days or something. And it's like, so you've been like, what a rough life. You've been sitting at home trying to remove the N-word from your vocabulary and eating pizza. Like, oh my God.
He's having trouble removing the N-word from his vocabulary. Obviously a little bit more harsh than Nike saying, we've been trying for years to create some anti-bot technology, but it reminded me of that. Like, it's empty.
Yeah.
It's just empty. It's all empty. Like, you're not actually trying is the message I received from that. If you were trying, it would have been done a long time ago. But, yeah, we could talk about Nike versus bots and the Nike VP and her reseller son for weeks and weeks and weeks, but we have to move on. We have to push through the episode. Next up, previously in Kicks. This is the part of the show where we review our latest pickups and recap the latest happenings in our sneaker lives. And I'm gonna go first. I don't know. I just want to go first. I had a busy week. I was at the cottage for most of the week, but I came home to like an absolute stack of packages. I felt like #influencer, hashtag everything when I came home. I was like, oh my God, look at all these packages. So first and foremost, the Curry 8 Wish Flow from Under Armour Canada. It's the pair that Steph Curry wore when he should have won the MVP for the NBA All-Star game. Really cool pearlescent, iridescent mudguard and heel counter, mostly white. The rest of the shoe, great looking pair. Along with that in the same box was the Curry 8 International Women's Day. By the way, happy belated International Women's Day to all of our female listeners and anyone who has a female in their life. So basically everybody. Really cool sneaker once again, full lavender upper with a white midsole, just so clean, so nice. This screams DNA Mac all over it. He heard lavender and his hat jumped off his head and landed back on his head. It was insane.
My house smells like lavender right now too. That's actually
so thank you to Under Armour Canada for both of those. And then from the good friends at Adidas Canada, received another all-star sneaker, which was the Harden 5 Future Natural in the Daisy colorway. Wow. So that's the pair that James Harden wore during the all-star game. Full volt upper, so that got my ears perked up because anything full volt is all me. And then instead of like the polka dot styling that they had on the other Future Naturals, this one had like different spring, like there was clouds, there was a butterfly, there was like a dove. It was really, really cool. So that's a really, really cool sneaker. I can't wait to hoop in those. So thank you, Adidas Canada. And then finally from Foot Locker Canada, the Air Max 90 from the City Series, the Chicago edition. So this shoe looks like it was like straight out of 2012, full red upper with some Chicago branding on the insole and a little Chicago tag on the medial side. Just a dope all-around shoe. So look for those to drop in the next couple weeks. I don't think there's a confirmed release date, but yeah, thank you to Foot Locker Canada for that. That was a mouthful. I apologize. Alvin, anything for you?
Nah. Well, I also received the Curry 8 Flow from the good fam over at Under Armour. And I went to take those out for a shoot, and it was fun. It was windy as fuck, but the pictures turned out, so I'm good.
They did turn out.
And no, that's it, man. It's been a chill week. I'm trying to behave. Baby girl number 2 is coming soon, so you know yes. I got that. I gotta get that diaper money up.
No way! Congrats, bro.
Thanks, brother.
You just broke the news to Mac on live on the podcast.
I don't know. Did I know that already? I don't know. Man. Whatever. That's huge.
Thanks, brother.
Kids all cool sneakers, man. I mean, from a guy who has none, and they're pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to get some of those. Alvin, between the two Currys, which one do you like better? Because I think when I first opened the box, I liked the International Women's Day one better, but the white with the pearlescent iridescent upper really grew on me afterwards. So I think I have to go with the Wish Flow for me. But which one do you like better?
That's okay because I like the International Women's Day one.
Perfect. Two peas in a pod. Joel, what about you? Any pickups in the last week for you?
That would be a negative, sir.
Well, now I feel bad for my huge list. Mac, what about you? Anything recently for you? It doesn't have to be within the last week, but in the last little while for you?
Oh, no, I had some good ones today.
Jeez.
I picked up the 2099. They're like on sale everywhere right now. I was slacking in the gym, so I needed to have some motivation. So I purchased the Air Max 2099. I've been eyeing it for a long time, just kind of capping about getting it. And then like a bunch of the colorways went down to like $80. So
nice.
I grabbed those. And then I kind of follow a pattern. Whenever I have something worth offering one of my friends with a swoosh account, I like hang on to it until I need to make like a multiple shoe order. But I've been going ham on Air Force Ones, man. I'm really happy to see the resurgence. I'm really happy to see so many cool lows.
Yeah.
I've grabbed almost every pair of crafts. I love the craft pairs. I think they did a really exceptional job. And then today I just got two pairs of lows, 07 lows, just a black with a white swoosh, and then it's kind of like soft off gray. I wish it's like a slate almost. And then,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty bad. I've been buying a lot, honestly, but most of what I've been buying has been kind of like GR stuff for me personally. And then I've been doing a lot of Air Force lows on ID. I'm looking around right now. Oh, and then, I'm a dunk guy. I am a dunk guy. I know that the quality on, I think what Nike did, putting the collaborative team in charge of dunks for 2020, and then just like sneaking in these Syracuses and these, these Kentucky, sneaking in these Syracuse and these Kentuckys, and then having guys like me go, oh yeah, nobody gives a shit about dunks, and then all of a sudden seeing that they're $500, and then 2021 hits, and now the quality on them is way lower, which I can't act like I care that much about because I still want them, but then to make them an actual GR, and the resale, obviously it's not nearly as high on them, but I didn't wait for the pandas. I didn't wait for the black and whites. I bought those. I had a European friend pull the trigger on them for me over there.
Nice.
I've missed on every dunk release on sneakers in the history of the universe. I found a way to get most of them for a reasonable price. And I just went back, and Jordan Kaiser, if you guys know Air Jordan K, works for Packer now out of New York. Jordan recently helped me finally go back and grab the plums. So I grabbed the plum dunks.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal. Yeah, and then I couldn't have cared less about the UNC ones, but I will be trying for the very similar turbo, or what are the Hyper Royal? What are the Hyper Royal in April that look kind of like the turbo greens?
Yeah.
I'll definitely be trying for those in April. But yeah, Jordan 1s have left a lot to be desired for me. So I've been sticking to dunks and Air Force One lows a lot.
Well, you just sold me and Joel, so well done with
that.
That's all you got to say to make friends with me and Joel is dunk Air Force One. Boom, done. All right. busy couple weeks for Mac is what I got from that little spiel. But
can I borrow $1?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like, so you weren't lying about the shitty car and the really nice shoe.
I got one rearview mirror and a Maserati worth of dunks. So yeah.
Don't we all? Don't we all? All right. Next up, thumbs up, thumbs down. In this part of the show, we give our opinion on various sneaker-related topics with zero context or discussion. All we're allowed to say is thumbs up or thumbs down. And this one's going to be somewhat Air Max inspired because we are still in the depths of Air Max month. And this one is inspired by the Clot that just came back out after a 15-ish year hiatus. It's back. The Kiss of Death has returned, and I want to know thumbs up, thumbs down to clear sneakers. So we've had a couple of the, there's the Invisible Woman Air Force One. Mm-hmm. There's the CDG Dunk High. There's come and go here and there. I'm not referring to like a Flyknit where you can kind of see your sock through it. I mean like clear panels on a sneaker, like on the Clots that just came out. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Clear sneakers. Joel, he looks like he's hurting.
Oh, man. I know. I'm going to say down.
Oh, my God. He hurt himself. He's crying. He's crying right now. Alvin, thumbs up, thumbs down. Clear sneakers.
Fuck, man.
I know.
I'm going to go up. I'll go thumbs up.
Alvin's also kind of crying after that one. I'm going to go thumbs down. I'm going to go thumbs down. I got thumbs down. Mac, to you now. Thumbs down. Big time thumbs down for Mac.
Doing too much. Who cares?
Thumbs down. Boom. He does not even care. You cannot explain. But we accept.
I like a little bit of transparent, like on the React 270s. Some of those React 270s I did in React 270 before that though. 87 React. Yeah. I thought that on that 87 React,
the slight see-through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that part was cool. To like do plays with socks and stuff like that. Because I need another thing to buy in 10 million colors and then throwing money on. I really need to do that. But I thought that very that play with it is cool, but generally speaking,
that I'll accept that, and we can't get any deeper into it because if I let you explain, then I have to let Joel explain. And I know Joel is biting his tongue because he wants to chime in, but we're not going to let him.
I thought you were asking me to explain. My bad.
No. That's enough. That's enough explaining without actually explaining. We'll allow that. All right. Next up, NSR. We talk about sneakers a lot, so in this weekly segment, we're going to take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant from the world of sneakers, and I don't even know. I literally just Google searched fun discussion topics, and this was one of the ones that came up, so we're going to do this one. And the question is, if animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, it's okay, Alvin, go ahead. Which one would be the rudest?
A cat.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Attack like 50% of the population.
Yeah, I feel that was a personal attack. Maybe my cats would be rude to you for saying that. Yeah, for sure. You can't ask a dog person this question. That's just, you can't do that. So that's obviously the wrong answer. I'm going to go a little bit more creative with this one than Alvin just throwing shots at my entire life. I'm going to say a peacock because I just feel like they're too pretty. So I feel like it's like an IG model kind of. Yeah, they're bougie, they're fancy. So I feel like if they could talk and you were like walking over and you were like, "Oh, can you do the thing with your feather?" They'd be like, "Go away. No, I'm not doing the thing with the feather." Like they would just be rude, and I don't think that they would be nice to talk to. So I'm going to go peacock as the rudest animal if animals could talk.
Kardashian of birds.
It really is the Kardashian of birds. They seem nice from afar, but I'm sure if you could actually
function of feathered
vertebrates. All right, Joel. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
The rudest? I'd probably say like a seagull.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like when you're at the park and whatnot, you're just trying to have like a good time, like a picnic and whatnot. You look over and like there's like a whole flock of them waiting for food or something like that, and it just sucks if you have like another party there in the area and they're feeding the birds.
Oh yeah,
those seagulls are coming your way too, man. Yeah, I can't stand seagulls.
That's just Joel venting about how he hates seagulls. Nothing to do with if they could talk, but that's
ever
okay.
given a seagull Alka-Seltzer?
No, that sounds mean.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Joel is literally murdering seagulls.
You hide it in a piece of bread, and they'll eat it and see what happens.
For anybody at home listening, don't do that.
Black Market Faces of Death YouTube channel. Like,
Literally, yeah. Literally,
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know what kind of YouTube you have been watching, Joel, but we gotta put you on a children's account, I think. All right, Mac. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest?
Completely deflated right now. I was so excited to talk about why seagulls would be the rudest.
You can have the same answer. That's fine.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
man,
mean, think about it, right? Exactly what Joel said. They're like,
Yeah.
bro, you gonna eat that?
Yeah,
bro, you gonna eat that? Bro.
Yeah.
If the party next door to you, you're right, gave them some bread, then they'll come over and be like, they gave me some bread, you gonna give me some bread? They gave me some bread, you gave me some bread, they gave me some bread, you gave me some bread. Then they're all friends while they're trying to get you to give them the shit, but then once you give them the shit, they're all enemies. They're just rude.
Yeah.
Like, no personal space. They're, if whether or not you could feed them and they'd still shit on you, like they're not,
for real, man.
Yep.
I mean, they're just foul, man. Yeah.
No pun intended. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm just gonna say, and this is not meant to be an attack on Alvin, but it kind of is. It sounds a lot like what you guys are describing is also what a dog does. I mean, you're gonna eat that, you're gonna eat that, you're gonna eat that, like to everybody, no loyalty. Whoever feeds them is their new best friend. Like they're kind of two-faced. Like same thing. You throw a French fry on the ground and there's 10 dogs. Like they're not friends anymore. They could have been playing for 4 hours and whatever. That's fine. Me and Alvin.
Whatever, yo. Cats won't even eat fries because they're too good for that shit.
That's enough. That's enough. Evan.
Cats are too fucking good for shit, bro.
Kind of like peacocks, you know? I'm not in the mood to be petted right now.
It's called
bright out.
independence. It's called independence, not rudeness.
Let me go scratch the carpet real quick and fuck shit up.
Let me go shit in
in
your shoe, Alvin. Let me go eat your shoe, Alvin. You wait until you have a puppy in the house. All right, let's stop fighting. This is too much. This is gonna get.
I think we're the rudest animals.
I know.
The correct answer is humans. Humans are the rudest animals. Clearly. All right, that was about 30 seconds. Next up, errors, edits, and e-messages. We are pretty smart guys, but from time to time we make mistakes. So if you catch us slipping, hit us in the DM, and we'll let the world know that we goofed. And this one, so we had a pretty intensive hot dog discussion last week with our good friend SB Mitch. So go back and listen to episode 158 if you want to hear us talk about Chicago style hot dogs. But anytime we talk about hot dogs, our other friend from Illinois chimes in, and it is Manuel Fresh 85. Manny, and he says, I have been summoned. SB Mitch is a credible source. Chicago hot dogs require a Vienna beef hot dog topped with yellow mustard, chopped white onions, bright green relish, a pickle spear, I don't even know what that means, tomato, sport peppers, and celery salt on a steamed poppy seed bun. This is not a sandwich. This is a way of life. The passion that Manny has for hot dogs is admirable. It is. I don't know if I feel strongly about not even any food, anything, the way that Manny feels about hot dogs. So I hope one day that I can be as passionate about something like that. That's insane. But thank you, Manuel Fresh. Maybe you should change your name to Manuel Hot Dog or something. I don't know. Something along those lines. I don't know. But thank you. I can't wait to come to Chicago and eat a hot dog now. It's on the list. But anyways, without further ado, the moment that every single person on the planet has been waiting for, and by that I mean only one of the 4 people on this podcast. Mac, it's time for you to shine, and that starts with our favorite game, 21 Guestions. How it works is I'm going to give you 21 questions. You have to give me the first answer that comes to mind, no thinking about it. At the end of it, I'm going to give you a score, and it probably won't be very good, but it's okay because there are no right answers, and there are also no wrong answers. Mac, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, question number 1. Air or boost?
Air.
Question number 2, crew socks or no shows?
Crew.
Question number 3, red or blue?
Blue.
Question number 4, pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hit the air horns. Question number 5, what sneakers did you wear today?
Air Max 1, the watermelon joints.
Watermelon.
Yeah.
Question number 6, glow in the dark or 3M?
Glow in the dark.
Question number 7, and I feel like I know the answer because I can see you right now. Question number 7, original boxes or drop fronts?
Well, I would say both. I mean, I'm never getting rid of the original box. Drop fronts.
Drop fronts because that's what he's using currently, but original boxes will still have a place in his heart. That's fair enough. I like that. Question number 8, can you name 3 provinces in Canada?
Provinces? Which one is that?
Yeah.
Quebec.
Okay, let's go, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
That's 1.
Ontario.
That's 2.
Okay.
Let's get it.
One more.
And Montreal's a city.
Yeah.
I love the thought that these Americans put into it. It's crazy.
I'm ashamed I don't know this shit.
What?
I'm ashamed that I'm American most of the time. Isn't there one that has French something or other?
That's Quebec. That you
That's
named
Quebec.
that. You did that one already.
Think West Coast.
Is British Columbia one?
There we go.
Yeah.
We'll take that. It took a while, but we got there. I'll accept it. Well done. Well done. Question number 9, Air Max 1 or Air Max 90?
1.
Question number 10. What's a color that belongs on every sneaker? Volt. Correct. Oh man, hit the air horns again.
Nice.
Question number 11. What sneaker do you wear the most?
Jordan 1. I don't know what I'm. Jordan 1.
He's getting help with which sneaker he wears the most.
I'm talking to my other personalities, bro.
Question number 12. Dunks or Jordan 1s?
Ooh.
I gotta go Dunks.
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
Question number 13. What is 21 times 45?
Oh shit.
Hold on. 20 times 45 is... What is that, 1845?
It is 945.
No, half. 945.
945, correct. I said it already, but yes, that is correct.
Sorry. Well, I talked so loud I didn't hear you.
That's all good. No, it's all good. Question number 14. Who is the Prime Minister of Canada?
No.
Justin Trudeau is the correct answer. The handsome
You guys
guy.
don't like him right now, right?
Sorry?
You guys don't like him, right?
I like him.
Okay.
No, you're thinking of your former president. You're thinking of your former president. That's who we don't like. Yes, that's correct.
Don't like is an understatement. If we're talking, I don't like mustard. I hate our former president. All right?
We might have to talk later about why you don't like mustard, but that's fine. Anyway.
I was just using it. That was a bad example.
Okay, good. So you do like mustard. That's good. Question number 15. Who is the most influential person in sneakers right now?
What's her name's son?
Yo.
It's crazy.
Bobby West Coast. What's his name? West Coast Bob? West Coast Joe?
It's crazy that you can say what's her face's son and everyone knows who you're talking about.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Everyone knows who you're talking. He's been pretty influential recently. You're not wrong. Question number 16. What is 45 times 21?
945.
Look at this math genius
math.
over here. Question number 17. What are 3 sneakerheading essentials?
Oh, I'm trying to be fast right now, but I don't really care about keeping my sneakers that clean. Holy moly!
We have stumped him.
Yeah, you really did stump me. Extra 45-inch laces, white. Any sale laces.
Correct as well.
No, that's correct too. Yeah, facts.
And I don't know if this is a curveball to you guys or not, but I think that everybody I think that every sneakerhead should own at least one 990 or 992 or 993.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, yeah. Hell yeah.
Agreed, brother.
I'll take
Agreed.
that. Hell to the yeah. Question number 18, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Manny. He's new. He's new here. Question number 19. Favorite Jordan model above the AJ14?
Above the AJ14, 17 for sure.
Fantastic.
Nice.
With the briefcase only. Question number 20. What is your number one grail?
Number one grail ever. The Iowa Dunk High, the Wu-Tang.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
The actual Wu-Tang. Like,
Yeah, the actual Wu-Tang. I would take the original, or I would take that one of those few friends and families that got made before RZA asked for too much money and stopped us all from getting them.
can you blame him though? I mean, come on, it's Nike. Anyway.
No, and I should have meant that before RZA asked for what he rightfully deserved.
There you
I
go.
should say.
Yeah, there we go. Which was too much money.
That I don't have. Exactly.
And question number 21, would you rather receive your number one grail or 3 other pairs from your top 10?
Any more brain busters? I would rather have three. My other 3.
Ooh, he's taking the quantity. That's a
Nice.
perfectly fine answer. So I'm gonna do the math later, but the grades are not looking good for that one. But that's all right. We have lots more time to make up for it. So after that, we want to know just briefly, kind of what got you into sneakers in the first place. How did you get started in this really annoying and expensive hobby?
Wu-Tang Clan was a big one. The Roots were the big ones. Seeing these kind of collectives of large groups of guys that I thought were cool, eccentric, creative, and that all had their own different styles, and all, seeing Black Thought in a pair of all black 95s and Questlove in Tim's, in Ahmad in Wallabies, and then Wu-Tang taking anything and everything necessary to be a high functioning dope dealer, essentially, in Block Boy. And so they're taking all these wonderful pairs that were made for all these other things that back then were the sturdiest pairs made. I didn't really care. I love Bo Jackson now, but I wasn't huge into sports. I played him a lot, but I wasn't a guy. I didn't care that Emmitt Smith wore. I didn't care about Emmitt Smith's turf shoe, But once I saw it on Raekwon, with jeans, or Andre 3000 made me want to wear ski boots and snowboard boots out as shoes,
Nice.
So it was most definitely far and away hip hop got me into sneakers.
Yeah, that's the short story long of just hip hop basically. Anything hip hop related, Mac was like, "Give me all of that." Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mom, I want gold teeth for my 13th birthday.
Yeah.
I can't have them. All right, fine. I'll take a pair of Jordans then.
Whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Jordans. Whatever. Forget it.
Yeah,
So what's kind of keeping you into sneakers now? We've talked about your lack of luck with the sneakers app, and we know that it's not a cheap hobby. What's keeping you in the sneaker game now, all these years later?
Passion, nostalgia, self-expression.
That's the quickest answer
Nice.
he's given. Oh, that's a great answer. Hell yeah.
Well, I thought I was supposed to go that route. I was trying to play the game.
Yeah. No, we're done the game. You can give the long-winded answers whenever you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Fashion for sure. Which is why, I was talking to A about this in the DM a little bit, which is why I can kind of care less about collabs right now, because like Off-White for me became Yeezy, and where like, some closed-minded goofball from middle of nowhere, Missouri can wear cargo short and a Cardinals jersey and then put on Off-White something or other on his feet, and a Fear God cap on his head, and all of a sudden he has clout. It's not really fashion to me. It's not really self-expression. It's solely for the purpose of acceptance. It's solely for the purpose of ego boost or whatever. And now you see this shift in these guys that, like, you can tell they didn't really care about sneakers because they are just as heavy, if not more now, and the cards have made their way back. Funko, whatever the fuck the next thing is, these guys are just jumping. But for me, it's like, it really is about fashion. It's about self-expression. It's about putting the outfit together. And it is about, when I look at a Huarache, look at an original Huarache, and I go, the tech on that original Huarache is still nearly unrivaled. It's one of the sturdiest shoes Nike's ever made. That sock, that sock inside there is it's one of my favorite things to put on my foot. And whether it's a GR colorway that I completely forgot about from 2 years ago that went on sale at Champs, or whether it's an OG that's majority white with just a splash of purple, figuring out how to put that with other pieces that makes sense to me, where the hoodie that I chose, the integrity of that garment, where it was sourced or what the guy that designed it is about, that's still what it is for me. That's still at the end of the day, like I'm not the origin story ones for me were so dumb, but I know why they did them. Like I know why those pairs exist. I love that there's a Venn diagram of comic guys and sneakerheads that loved them. I personally don't care. I don't care about I love the Travis Scott low. One low, I think aesthetically, I love that shoe. I don't care about either pair of the Forces. I don't particularly care about the highs. I love the 4 because the 4 told the story of Houston and the Oilers. I don't know what the backward swoosh really was, other than let's make this as wild and attached to Travis as we can. It's a shock value thing. I don't think that you should get a pass for being fashionable because you put a pair on. I think you should be able to take a pair and put it on to be fashionable. But if you throw on Supreme and Yeezys, or Supreme and Off-White, or now Supreme and Travis's, you're not fashionable. You're cool in some circles, but you're not.
You're
it's
rich.
Not about fashion. Not about
you have money.
Crazy rich.
Right. You have money, because you're damn sure not lucky. Nobody's lucky. So yeah, that's definitely it. That's definitely it for me. But far and away, the nostalgia part of it, and even like we talked about earlier with the Bacons, I don't care about them, but I do love that they're being released because I know that there's a lot of guys with a heavy nostalgia attachment to them. Same with Dunks. Whenever Air Force Ones were popping in the early 2000s again, because of Fat Joe and Nelly and all these guys, nobody was buying Dunks, and I could legitimately get the Dunk Shadow Highs for $80 off the shelf, and then you rock them, and somebody goes, "Yo, what are those?" And you're like, "Man, you guys are too busy worrying about this. I grabbed these."
Yeah.
So that's definitely it for me.
For it's not off topic because you mentioned it, but this is kind of for everybody. Where do you guys kind of draw the line? Because I think it's safe to say that most of us, unless it's a collaborator where we really care. If Justin Timberlake makes a shoe, I'm probably going to buy it. It doesn't really matter what it looks like because I love Justin Timberlake. And I'm sure that everybody has that kind of person where it's they can do no wrong. Like Mac mentioned, Frank Cooker could literally take a shit and Mac is going to be like, all right, yeah, I need it. Where can I buy it? Which is fine because sometimes you just support people to the end. But where do you guys kind of draw the line where if you just genuinely like a shoe and it's a collaboration and then it's expensive, where do you guys draw the line between it's a nice shoe but it's too expensive and I don't care about the collaboration versus how much you're going to pay for it? Because I'm kind of I'm not really experiencing it now because the shoe isn't all that expensive, but the ready-made blazer, I personally do not care at all about ready-made. It's a cool brand. I know they do cool stuff. I know they do a lot of upcycling and that kind of thing. Awesome. I think it's an Asian brand. Cool, dope. They have their niche. Awesome. Like Max said, similar to his view on the origin story one. Gets it, but doesn't really care. I don't really care about ready-made, but when I saw the black ready-made blazer with the really cool deconstructed thin orange swoosh, 3 different kinds of laces, a deconstructed look, I was like, those are cool. Like, that's me. I like that. They're $500 Canadian. So I'm like, I really like them. I know I would wear them. I love orange. I know I would wear that shoe, but I'm kind of like, where's my price point? Because collab doesn't matter to me. That's why it's $500. But where's my price point on it? Like, how do you guys kind of decide when you like a shoe so much that it's worth paying the resale price, even though you don't care about the collaboration? And we'll start with Matt, because he mentioned a good one about the Travis Scott Jordan 1 low, because like he likes it. And it like, to you, Mac, is it worth a Jordan 1 low so you're never going to pay $1,000 US for it? Or do you just like it enough that you'll like go the extra mile knowing that you're paying for a collaboration you don't actually care about?
No, I think, okay, for me, the frag is a really good example.
That's a good one too.
So Fuji, here's the guy who has done everything from $1 million contemporary art installations to legitimately designed guitars for Eric Clapton. The shoe itself, yes, you can look at the shoe and go, okay, cool, they remastered a little bit of the quality's good on it or whatever, but it's just a royal blue black toe, with the stamp on it. But like collaboratively, like what that's representative of for me, for like, who Fuji is and his influence on so many spectrums, there isn't a tag that you could put on it. I mean, yeah, of course there's a tag you can put on it that's too much, but like if I had the funds, there's not really a tag that you could put on it where I wouldn't go buy another one if I could right now. And I would say that I would also go as far as to say, like, back to the kind of fashion and aesthetic thing, like if I really love the way that a shoe looks, I'm going to, whether I do it intentionally or not, I'm going to develop enough attachment to it and that I'm going to start telling my stories about why it's important. Like, I was heartbroken. And I think it had partly to do with, God, who made him so cool? I don't think that social status, I did not think that was going to happen to Igloos and Russ Pinks. And I wanted Russ Pinks so badly. If I had the funds, then I'm buying a $5,000 pair of Jordan 1s and I'm wearing them. I think that there are pairs that exist, collaborative, that are collabs for me. Like, I'm not, like, I don't consider myself a big hype guy with the most mainstream stuff, but I really, really like the Dior 1. I thought that it was completely in line with what Kim Jones wanted it to be. I thought that it was understated. I thought everything about it was the way that it was supposed to be done. And if I had the money, that the Dior 1 is important enough to me that I would have it. So I think that, but like, I really love ready-made, but when I look at that blazer, I personally, I don't like the way that it looks.
Yeah. So you're the opposite.
So it's the opposite. But I get it. Again, like, I get it. I totally understand why people I don't think it's so heinous that I'd be like, what the fuck is anybody thinking? But for me, yeah, I don't think that there's it's like, if I could do it without breaking my back or giving up, any part of the collection, those are pieces that mean something to me on my foot and in the collection if I could, I would do just about anything for it.
Alvin, we'll start with you. Are there pairs that like the collaboration is meaningless, but you like the shoe so much that you're like considering it, even though the price is based on the collaboration? Like, does that happen with you too?
It happened with, I'm not going to lie. I love Atmos and what they do, but it happened with that shoe. I feel like the reason I loved the Atmos was because it had the elephant print, which represented Michael Jordan, which represents why I got into sneakers. And it's just like, and then it was an Air Max, and it was just always that one silhouette and colorway that got away from me. And I did it. I got rid of some of the collection. I had to sell pairs to buy the pair and all that good stuff. But there's definitely some things that, Atmos was a collaboration, but collabs right now, it's just like, they're whatever for me. Like they're not even anything crazy. But the moment you put like Brian Espiritu on a Nike,
yeah, we're buying it. Yeah,
I gotta cop that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just.
You're right though. If this wasn't Atmos, it would still be one of the hottest Air Max ones that ever.
Hell
dropped.
yeah,
yeah,
hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like no questions asked. Like it would still be one of the dopest Air Maxes ever. And like, yeah, man. And right now, in the point of life, it's just like, I mean, there are a few things that have come out where I'm just like, yo, I have to have it, but at the same time, I'm not missing a mortgage payment or taking food away from my family just to cop a pair of shoes. Nothing's worth that yet.
100%.
Yeah.
Joel, what about you? Is there ever times where like the collaboration is just like secondary to like the actual aesthetic or the story behind the shoe, where you're like, I need it, and you're pissed because you're having to pay the resale price of the collaboration, even though you just like the shoe to wear it?
Yeah, it was a perfect example with the water spoons.
I was gonna say that. I didn't want to say it because I figured yours would be the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's like, I love the shoe, like, you know what I mean? And the whole vote back thing, like, it just got everybody on it, and you know, and you know, you had to vote for design and whatnot, and everybody like just went ham. They just went crazy, and that was definitely one of the shoes that I voted for, and it was like, man, like I need to have this shoe, and I ended up paying resale for it, but I had to sacrifice some pairs, plural. So yeah, I was able to, like, you know, chop some pairs just to get enough to get my hands on a pair of the 97 ones. So it's stuff like that I just had, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Like if you got that itch, and you know what I mean, it's just got to do it.
And you don't care about Sean Wotherspoon. Like you don't care about that guy at all.
No,
I don't think any of us really do, right? Like he's not like a huge figure in our lives. We're like, oh my God, I need it because Sean Wotherspoon designed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just like, it's the colors, it's the materials, it's everything. It's the color blocking. It's the way that it's, like I said, it's well executed. You know what I mean?
I wish it wasn't attached to him. To be honest with you, after all the stuff I've been hearing about him lately.
I didn't know that we were in cancel Sean Wotherspoon. I didn't know that was a thing. Now I didn't know.
You're right. All right. I'll calm down.
No, I just didn't know that we were. I didn't know he was on the list of people who was also a shitty person.
I can't speak to it directly enough, so it would be ethically irresponsible, I think. But I have some guys that I really value that used to be employees around too. That I've heard a lot of stuff about how he essentially treated women and minorities during the Nike campaign, and what stopped him from releasing all those alternates, and then how he runs his stores. But again, like now I'm planting a seed that I can't water. But the guys that have gone out of their way to talk to me, like to tell me about it, like, yo, dude, you should like get rid of your Sean's, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm not getting rid of my spoons. Like they mean as much. They mean the same thing that they do to you. Like I think that it's put together, it's an incredible shoe.
Yeah.
But it meant enough for them to go out of their way to like tell me these things,
wow.
And some of them said they had first-hand experience. But again, how to fact check that? I have no way to fact check it. So like I don't want to speak on a man's name without having more to it. But that's been the stuff that had come to me from guys that had been in and around round two and in and around the fallout with him and with Nike, why he didn't keep releasing shoes with them.
Ooh, shit. We got good thing TMZ listens to this, because we got the big news on, oh baby, that's what we want. That's the clickbait right there. Here's why we're canceling Sean Wotherspoon. Title
racist.
There we go. That's the title of the episode, baby. Let's go. Sean Wotherspoon is racist. All right. Anyways, so Mac, I want to make sure that it gets done justice. So I want you to be the one to do it. Even though I've read your bio and I know all the things, give us like the rundown. You have a very long resume. So give us the rundown of all the stuff you've got your hands in right now, because you're a busy guy.
I am a busy guy, and I appreciate that. Sometimes I forget that I'm a busy guy, and it ruins everything, and then I become even more busy trying to put it back together. Well, long and short of it, I have been in operational management and marketing for a long time over a large entertainment group in St. Louis, so bars, restaurants, nightclubs, and that kind of led me to learn about myself that I have zero desire to do anything management-wise or operational, but that I was really drawn to the creative side of things. I started my own creative consulting agency that I run. Didn't really get off the ground a whole lot, but I run it with my good friend Brandon, who's actually here with me right now and helps me with just about everything. And in the process, that drew some attention from one of the larger vertically integrated cannabis companies in Missouri. We just got medical approved, so now I'm the marketing creative director over one of the larger cannabis companies in Missouri, doing everything from brand development, marketing, creative direction, all the cool, fun stuff in and around it. I'm really active in kind of philanthropy in St. Louis, in and around drug recovery and drug addiction recovery, alcoholism recovery. I do a lot of public speaking. I got over in 2013. From everything, all mind and mood altering substances.
Boom.
I believe in cannabis. I believe what it can do for people. THC just isn't for me. CBD, Delta 8, topical THC for things, but THC it's just a personal choice. But I am a heavy advocate for it, and I believe in it heavily. My podcast, Al, you were about to remind me to say it, but I'm a big fan of Brian Espiritu, as you guys are. I'm a big fan of Liz Beecroft. I think that this intersectionality between fashion, streetwear, sneaker culture, and mental health is, in any realm or any sphere where there's a large collection of people that connect over something, we should try and find ways to stimulate them to have, we found commonality in something that we enjoy. Does he have depression and watch, 60% of the people raise up, right? So it's like, if we can click and become, like somebody like Alvin and I can become, what I would consider to be just off quality conversation over quantity of conversation. So somebody that I value and cherish a lot in my life, that if I can connect with him via sneakers to the point that I want to know what's going on with his family, and I want to say, good morning, bro, have a good day. That if sneakers can connect us like that, then why not, try to challenge us to talk about things that are more meaningful and that can be more helpful to us in the rest of our lives, so that we can return back to these things that we love, like sneakers, and enjoy them even more healthily, and enjoy the rewards of like sharing that stuff, in a more bountiful way. So to do that, we wanted to talk about. I started a podcast, so much podcast with one of my best friends, Brandon, and one of my best friends, Danny. That's kind of based around being the cool mental health guys. It's kind of the same way that I talk about sobriety and recovery, where it's really informal from the standpoint of people that are affected by it, instead of, let's navigate this as social workers when we're not qualified to do so. So it's like five sneakerheads, or it's three sneakerheads inviting actual designers and actual execs and CEOs on to talk about it. So they're like, okay, so we have these medical professionals and social work professionals and social workers and counselors, as well as other creatives and other guys that are affected by this stuff. And we have them come on, and we talk about that from any and every angle that anyone that's on the show is comfortable with. And that's been something that we just started. It's not nearly as organized, structured. Well, if Danny had his way and I didn't tangent like I have this entire show, take over, it would be as structured. It would be as structured as your guys' podcast. But it's been a lot of fun, and we've already had Liz B on. If I could get Brian to answer my DMs, but most of my DMs are just like saying like, "Yo, like, oh, that's lit! Oh man, I'm like such a fangirl for him." Well, I do the same thing for Cordier too. Satif, I hit him up left and right, tell him how much I love everything that he's doing. But lastly, and certainly not least, my best friends own a men's and women's streetwear boutique in St. Louis. It's probably the only one of its kind, really. St. Louis is a really small market, It's called DNA. DNA stands for Dictate Never Accept. We carry brands as high end as Rude and Chrome Hearts, all the way through to more easily accessible stuff like Thrasher, some skate gear, but it's more kind of, we go for a more refined streetwear. We aren't, unfortunately, trying to get a Nike contract, tier 1, tier 0. Shoot, I mean, even tier 2, you know, would sink us probably. There's not a very developed shopping district in St. Louis, so we live, survive, and thrive off of like the support of the people that really rock with us. They're making individual trips down to DNA to buy specific items. We're not living off of foot traffic or something like maybe Sneaker Politics or one of these places that are in high traffic zones does, or Kith. You know, St. Louis is considered a mid-major city in the United States, but it's not. It's got the infrastructure for 1 million people, but there's only about 300,000 that actually live downtown. It's not very big. The Cardinals and the Blues being so good all the damn time would have you fooled that it is. It's not. It's really kind of a town with a lot of big buildings that aren't really filled with anything. So being downtown is something we're really proud of, that we've thrived for 8 years now. But I have a lot of involvement kind of on the improvisational marketing influence side of things. I don't have to do any of the nitty-gritty tough work that Nate and Trey do. Thankfully, because I am that busy, but those guys stay busy with the nitty-gritty. And DNA has actually been another thing, a conduit to connecting me to a lot of really cool people. We have really great relationships with guys like Pusha T, with Wale, Kenny Burns, Emmerich, Rock Nation. Nate has really put us in a lot of really great positions to win by having these great connections. And the few athletes that do have style, not have style, the few athletes that are fashionably active in St. Louis all shop with us. So we've met some pretty cool guys in the process, and it's cool. It's very cool to be a representative of. Yeah, and I drive an 08 Toyota Avalon with one rearview mirror, but I got a Maserati working sneakers behind me, and I'm happy.
Right.
Damn, that's the way to round out the resume. See, I'm glad that you did it and not me. That's why I wanted to make sure you're the one who went through the list of things.
Take your power over it.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. So just before I want to get into St. Louis a little bit because it is interesting, and I didn't realize how small it was. And for anybody listening, so I did check, the population of St. Louis is 300,000 people. Just for reference, in case you were wondering, the city of Mississauga, which is a suburb of Toronto, the population of Mississauga is 830,000 people. So almost 3 times the size of St. Louis, which to us in Canada seems like a major city. It's tough from the outside to realize what is a major city because we are so in tune with everything about America that we just feel like everywhere is a massive place. But yeah, it's interesting that it is that small. Like it's like you said, it's almost a town.
St. Louis is, contrary to what a lot of white people in St. Louis would tell you, St. Louis is mad segregated. It's actually more, we're considered the gateway to the Midwest, but we're actually more deep South in the way that it operates. Racially segregated. There's collegiate classes on redlining and on the Delmar Divide. The Delmar Divide is a street that runs through St. Louis that essentially white privileged men in power decided that if you were on one side of the street, they were gonna basically move anybody of privilege and anybody of wealth to the other side of the street that runs through St. Louis, and let these lower income neighborhoods become all low income black income. And so there's the racism it's not front and center, but it's the plight of the actual city. Our city and county, unlike Chicago and some of the bigger major markets, our city and county are tax revenues are separated. So our city and county are completely separated. So that being said, a city that needs 1 million people in tax revenue to look, feel beautiful, and to thrive is only getting taxes from 300,000 people, most of whom are low income. And it's a phenomenon in Missouri called white flight. As white families make more money, they move further and further and further out into the county, and we call that new money. It's new money white people. Old money rich white people stay in and around the city because they have these neighborhoods that are safely protected and these super old vintage houses and, safely protected, air quotes, like safely protected from who, but, that's another thing that's really important to me, as a resident of St. Louis is, I am a white male of privilege. And so trying to operate in vein of my privilege and connect with as many people as I can on any platform and anywhere that I can to like try to extend this conversation in a way that it's like more receivable to people is really important to me because if, I know that this is a conversation for an entire years and years worth of podcasts, but if there could just be some level of people saying fuck it and coming back into the city. We're right on the Mississippi. There was a point in time in the early 1900s, St. Louis was on the way to being bigger than Chicago. We have the potential to be this like booming metropolis, but there's not a single building taller than the Arch in downtown St. Louis. And it really isn't that. Right. You guys see the Arch and think that it towers over a skyline like New York's, when in fact there's not a building in downtown St. Louis that's higher than I want
crazy.
25 stories, 30 stories. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's your history lesson for the day. Sorry.
No, 100%. I honestly, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Don't even want to get too deep into sneakers now. Let's just jump right into the podcast you started, because I think that's also very important to the whole conversation of everything that's going on now in 2020 and beyond, and 2021 obviously, and just life. But so there's so much podcast. Like, why did you decide to start the podcast? I know you mentioned you do a lot of public speaking, and you are a now 8-year sober individual, so that's incredible.
I relapsed right in the middle for about 2 months, so I just got 4 years again at the beginning of February.
Beautiful. Hey, any time is still time, man. So,
right.
What was the reason to start the podcast? Because you mentioned it, like the sneaker community is so large and we're all so close. Like it's kind of weird because you mentioned like Alvin, like you guys talk all the time. Me and Calby, like I always mention, from Calgary, the first time I ever met him was me picking him up from the airport to bring him to my house to sleep over because he was staying in Toronto for a couple of days. Like that, those kind of connections are not just everywhere. So why not elevate it just from, yo, did you cop any new shoes lately, to like, yo, are you good?
Right.
So I absolutely love that. But what was the reason behind starting the podcast?
I think it was kind of the same reason that I wanted to talk about drug addiction and recovery. Was we wanted to informalize and destigmatize the conversation enough that more people were comfortable having it. I think one of the things that I saw really early on with talking to high schoolers about drug addiction was, I went in a pair of Yeezys and a snapback and my pants kind of hanging off my ass, and I dropped the F word in the first 5 seconds in a high school classroom, and all of a sudden these kids were like, yo, this isn't McGruff the crime dog from Dare. It's not a narc, or it's not my principal, it's not my dad. It's like, yo, this is one of us. And I think with the mental health stuff, it's there's this whole culture of like on Instagram, and Liz Beecroft does a really great job of talking about it, where there's this like pink fluff around self-care where it's like people are like, oh, self-care, I got my nails done. It's like, yeah, that's a form of taking care of yourself or doing something for yourself. But like self-care is ugly work, man. And really, going to therapy and making it work is a whole lot different than just going to therapy, and being kind of informalizing the conversation so that we're around a table, whatever, having beers or whatever, I'm obviously I'm not going to have one, but you know what I mean. If we're informalizing the conversation, where if we're going to challenge each other about, like, yo, you're being dumb with that your significant other, or no, don't make that purchase on that car right now. You just got your credit score back up, or whatever. If we're going to be holding ourselves accountable to these other things that are majorly impactful in our lives, like, at the end of the day, all of that motivation, all of that encouragement, all of that positive and negative discouragement, like all of those ways that we have to influence each other, if we could just transfer some of that over to not managing each other's mental health, but just encouraging each other to maybe hold ourselves to a little bit higher standard of like what it actually means to take care of ourselves. Like, you know, the fruits that it bears for everybody, for the community. I mean, not to be corny, but like I think about Canada. Like there's a general understanding. You know, the whole joke that America makes about Canadians being too nice and the universal healthcare, and this it's a cultural understanding that there's still dickheads in Canada, there's still racists in Canada, there's still all this, there's still violence. But generally speaking, overall, there's less of it. There's a general agreement that we're all going to be a little bit more warm and a little bit more understanding, and it leads to a higher quality of life for everyone, right? So it's like if we're really patriots, we're not like the most patriot thing in my mind is universal healthcare. Like if you really want America to be this powerhouse that people think that we're supposed to be, we should be encouraging people to get sober from drugs and be the best version of themselves, not locking them up and hiding them away and vilifying them. Same with mental health. We don't need to be slapping these scarlet letters on people for being bipolar. It's like some of the most powerful people in the world and influential people in the world are marred by addiction and marred by mental health issues. They're either so eccentric or so prodigious or they figured out a way to manage it. You know, that if there was just a general understanding, if we just bumped it up even 5%, and we just did it by having informal and fun conversations about it, where it's like, yo, I'm crazy, but I'm here to talk about it. And if you are my kind of crazy, like, you know, come on in, doors open, super hot. Like, I think that a lot of good can get done, because, you know, the impact that a single individual has on a community is the ripple. When you drop a pebble in the water, the tiniest pebble, you still watch a ripple go out a really long way, you know, until something large enough to stops it. And that one fucked up heroin addict kid fucks his parents up so bad that they take it to work with them, and then that goes to their coworkers, that goes to their employees, that goes to their policy making, that goes to their rules, that goes to the boss in an office. It fucks their little sister up so bad that she takes it out on that kid. That kid goes home and takes it out on his sibling. That sibling's an addict. And it just, you know, if we could just rearrange that a little bit and start to massage it by having informal and more comfortable conversations that set the tone so that when you do get challenged, you're not threatened. You know, I think that, I mean, we could reprogram culture.
Crazy.
In the nicest way. I don't even know how to follow that up. Like, there's literally nothing I could say that would sound. That was good. Yeah, that was good,
bro.
That sounded like you had cue cards or like a teleprompter. I'm not gonna lie. It's
you guys. I caught a vibe with you guys, man. I really appreciate it. Any opportunity that I have to be able to refine that means the world to me.
No, absolutely. That's what I mean. Like, sneakers is really secondary. Sneakers is the reason we're here. So everybody listening to this cares about sneakers. But if you care about sneakers, you probably care about your sneaker friends, and that means you should care about more than their sneaker needs at the end of the day. Right. So I think that's the thing that we should all take from this. I honestly, like, we'll have to have you back on again, like, because there's so much other stuff that you're into that we do want to talk about. But there's nothing else that we could really follow it up that would do the conversation justice. So we're gonna. I think that's where we kind of have to leave it. That was beautiful. The pandemic has hurt everybody even more. So, like, that again, like, check on your friends. If you're having issues with anything related to literally anything that's causing you trouble, the sneaker community is always there for you. That's what Canada Got Soul has tried to build over these last however many fucking years we've been doing this. So please use any avenue you think you can or you think you need to talk to somebody, because we're all here. Mac is here. Everybody's here. So
those DMs are wide open. There's nothing exciting going
absolutely. He's not like a Frank Cooker situation where you're just gonna reply to his stories and he's not gonna reply. So.
I'll probably talking to death. You'd be like, I'm not depressed anymore. This guy's depressed.
You're gonna DM Mac, and he's gonna be talking more than you. You're gonna be like, "Oh, I gotta block this guy now."
Like, this guy needs medication.
Is he good? All right. Mac, man, this was amazing. Like I said, we're gonna have to do this again. We're gonna need a part 2 because there's other sneaker related things to talk about, but sometimes it's bigger than sneakers, and we are perfectly okay with that. So thank you, Mac, for stopping by, and we'll hopefully see you again soon.
Absolutely. Big love, guys. Thank you so much, man.
Hell yeah. So wherever you guys are taking in this podcast, please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. Make sure to check out CanadaGotSold.ca for the latest CGS merch. Peep the YouTube for our latest videos, and check out CGS Talk on Facebook to chop it up with us. Do not forget to use hashtag CanadaGotSold on Instagram for a feature. I have been Lawrence Hopkins. You can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Woof.
I'm Joel Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney. JO_D3OsNEY.
My name is Alvin Quincy, and you can find me at MISTERQ and then Mart.
And Mac, where can they find you? All the places they can find you.
I'm DNA_Mac, MAC 300 on IG. I am not a Visco girl, so don't go look for me there.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, same thing on Twitter. I'm DNA_Mac 300 on Twitter too. And Twitter, I'm usually getting way more emails, so I have way less followers. I'm way annoying on Twitter. But yeah, like you guys said, if anybody ever needs anything, especially guidance to resources in NCA in the US, please feel free to hit me up. Or if you're more comfortable, hit up the CGS guys, and they'll hit me up on your behalf. But we've got plenty of resources, and there's plenty of people out there like us that are willing to talk about this stuff. So
hell yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me on.
And the podcast, once again, is the So Much Podcast. You can find it wherever podcasts are.
So much underscore, what is it? So much underscore podcast? Yeah.
There we go.
Brandon really counts.
There we go. That's why we got the
Brandon.
That's why we got the PR. Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to Brandon.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon.
There you go. Shout out to Brandon. Thank you, Mac, and thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers for 159 episodes. Please remember to rock your kicks. This has been True to Size. We have been CGS and DNA Mac, and we are out. Peace. Fantastic. That was really good.
Holy.
You guys be okay with? I don't know if it's a Canadian how polite you motherfuckers are or not, but you let me talk too much. So really.